noun or person is directly receiving the action. So I want to show you this book though. Steve's got his little newer version. I don't want you to get scared. Hey guys, welcome. Bringing that white paint shirt in. I'd have to drag your chair over. So inside this book, this is a handy book. At the very beginning of it, it's got several pages of like rudimentary explanations of stuff that don't make sense until you've been studying Spanish for a while. But it's really an intermediate book. But what it does, it takes the 500 most common verbs in Spanish and shows you the 14 different conjugations for all 501 verbs. Now, when I say conjugations, what I mean is the o, as, an.
7,049 variations.
Of 500 verbs. So o, as, amos. We don't do this one. You would do this one in the Spanish Bible, but we're not using that. So this is one of 14 conjugations. And I know all of a sudden your brain is went, are you kidding me? But they're patterns. And then once you learn the patterns, and this book is really good for showing the patterns. So those endings, I'm gonna write down some verbs. Trabajar, hablar, caminar, cosechar,
Bailando.
bailar, mandar. So these are just verbs. You notice they all end in AR. Okay.
That's the regular sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's three types of verbs. Verbs that end in AR, verbs that end in ER, and verbs that end in IR. Like 50% of the verbs are AR verbs. And then I'd say it's probably 30 and 20. Now, I just made those numbers up on the fly, but that gives you a rough idea. And the beauty is that these kind of work together. So, but the majority of them are AR verbs. And so, mandar means to send or to command. Don't worry about writing these meanings down. I just want to get you familiar with the idea. Trabajar means to work. Hablar, to speak. Caminar, to walk. Cosechar, to reap or to harvest. Bailar, to dance. So, to say, but you don't want to go around and say, you to dance? Me? You know, you want to say, you dance with me, right? Or I dance with you, I dance with you. I mean, you don't say, I to send mail tomorrow. I to work, you know.
So you're saying in that form, that is
This is the
to do.
To whatever this is, to whatever this is, to whatever. So to conjugate it in Spanish, you take off that ending and you add the appropriate ending for first, second, or third person, singular or plural. So if I want to say that I do something, I command or I send,
Mando.
mando. You, tú, mandas. He, she, it, or usted, manda. We, mandamos. Y'all or they, mandan. I can do that in every one of these. So let's do just the first person for all of these. For I. Mando,
Mando.
trabajo,
Trabajo.
hablo,
Hablo.
camino,
Camino.
cosecho,
Cosecho.
bailo.
Bailo.
Now vamos a say tú, the you form, mandas,
Mandas.
trabajas,
Trabajas.
hablas,
Hablas.
caminas,
Caminas.
cosechas,
Cosechas.
bailas. Okay, we mandamos,
Mandamos.
trabajamos,
Trabajamos.
hablamos,
Hablamos.
caminamos,
Caminamos.
cosechamos,
Cosechamos.
bailamos.
Bailamos.
And so the beauty of this is that once you learn these endings, you recognize an ending. You see an amos on a word. That's going to be a verb, and it's going to be a first person plural verb. You read the word, and you know that that's we are doing something. You know that. You may not know what that stem is, but you can do some investigation. You can guess. You can start recognizing those stems. And then when I talk about 14 conjugations, they're different endings. So don't get
Is
caught
there a
up
word
in
that
this.
says bailando?
Oh,
These are just verbs. These are called AR verbs. They're verbs. There's
So
AR,
O is-
ER,
is,
verbs that end in AR, verbs that end in ER, and verbs that end in IR.
It's kind of confused with the O, because the O is second person, in the other verb, you talk the other.
In past tense, all right, so
Past tense.
this is present. I'm glad you said that.
Present, okay, so I got
So
it.
let's look at past. And it's haste, amos, aron. So this is the past tense version. So I can say mandé, mandaste, mandó, mandamos, mandaron.
But how do you tell past tense
I
from
knew the question was coming. It's a great question. Context. If I said yesterday, mandamos, well, you know it's past tense, right? But if they don't give context, will always tell you. Like you call, hey, I ordered such and such and such and such, and they say something amos, it's going to be a past tense. They're not telling you I do it right now. So
Wouldn't it be present tense if it's almost?
they're both the same.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
But don't freak out. In English, we do that. I eat, you eat, we eat. They're the same. Okay? So those are the same.
Those are all in mind.
But you were asking a second ago what we've been doing up until now has been working with those two. That's
Yes,
what we're
right,
going now.
first person, second person.
But notice this one has an accent mark. This one does not.
Oh.
That's the big difference. So present tense stress would be mando.
Mando.
Past tense, mando. Okay? I'm gonna do present and past. Trabajo,
Trabajo.
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 So you see how that emphasis becomes important because now it tells you both tense and who's doing it.
I work and then
I
worked.
work, trabajo. Trabajo is you or he or she worked. All right. Yes, sir.
What does bailando mean?
Okay.
That's a song that means something about dancing. And
This
I
is
know-
another ending, just like these are endings. And I kind of like this ending because it always equals ing.
Oh, so it means dancing.
Mandando
Bailando,
is sending.
dancing.
Trabajando, working. Hablando, speaking or talking. Caminando, walking. Cosechando, harvesting.
Like an ongoing
Bailando, dancing. Huh?
A present
It's an
tense
ongoing
ongoing
action.
action.
So it's the ing. So anytime you see ando on the end of a word, anytime, always,
I know that dancing.
there's no words that end in ando that don't mean ing. It's an ongoing activity of whatever the first part of the verb means. Again, I like that question because it goes back to when I say to you, there are so many things in Spanish that are constant. Okay, now there are a few, there are some that aren't, but I love it when we find something that is.
So if somebody called you up or texted you and you was responding back, like, what are you doing? And you wanted to say, I am working, you would say,
Estoy,
trabajando.
estoy, I am, trabajando.
You don't say I work. Because
Trabajo.
you're saying I am working.
Yeah, so in English you said I am, estoy, that's the translation of I am, trabajando. Or you could be like a Keith and you could say estoy hablando con usted. I'm talking to you. Isn't that something you would say? What are you doing, Keith? I'm talking to you.
Oh, that's a little smarter like that.
I mean, you could be smart like an elk in Spanish.
But I am smart and I was born in Ellick, so there you go.
But I kind of like this ending. So I haven't used this phrase yet, but you picked up, there's a thing called a stem, a verb stem.
It's like a root word then.
The root, yeah. So M-A-N-D, you take off the A-R, and that's the stem. So the stem, it's kind of like Legos. You just put different pieces on it, and that stem becomes present tense, past tense, future tense, indicative, subjunctive,
So many of them.
quantitative. This is actually called a gerund, G-E-R-U-N-D. That's the technical term. Sir? That's the technical term for ing.
Gerund is the word I
Gerund.
would think.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because when I wrote my first Spanish class that I was teaching, I felt like I had to teach English in order to teach Spanish because I had to teach what is a direct object, what is an indirect object in English so that we could then learn what they are in Spanish. When you're a child growing up in this, you just talk. You don't think direct object, indirect object, you know. But for us as adults, we have to do that. Let's look at your homework. On page 43, right? Isn't that where we were?
Yes.
What I like about this is you've got some really good sentences here. So your homework, instead of me having you read it back to me, your homework was to translate into English and then check it on the next page. And so my question to you is, what did you get wrong?
A few things.
A few things? So tell me what you got wrong.
Well, some of them was me being silly, but then like this one, I would forget let me look at it.
Give me a number.
I just know I made a mistake here. I don't know.
Okay, so number 2, Robert invited a friend to Cuba. Okay, it's visited.
Oh yeah, I did that a lot too, because I visited
Yeah,
and
visited and
invited.
invited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're using these two verbs because they look similar to the English word.
Yeah.
Right, so visitó, visited, invitó, invited.
I did that a lot.
Okay. What you got, David?
On 15, what is this thing?
Oh.
De la gente importó perfume de Francia.
Yep. How did you translate that?
Well, I gave an option here. I put the professor took or drank a Pepsi Cola. I
That's
didn't know.
number 14.
Oh, well, whichever. Down.
Agent
Okay.
imported.
I don't know if it should have been took or drank.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Well, what does context think to you?
Drank.
Yeah, chances are I mean, now, it could be that
I didn't even put drink.
had is a great choice for that
Yeah, I was
word.
gonna say I have had.
Right, but it literally could, if you said, the police come in, sir, what did the professor take? Well, he took a Pepsi Cola. Oh, okay. I mean, context, he would use the exact same word, que tomó, what did he take? But if we were talking, your wife saying, so what did the professor drink? Que tomó. Context, well, you would know it means, what did he drink?
And then it was 20, I hope I got my numbers right this time. 26,
Okay?
my friend cultivated coffee on the ranch.
Yep.
I didn't know if it was cultivated or grew, 'cause
I would say that if you're translating to English, either word is appropriate. Here's a phrase, here's a word I'm gonna explain the difference between translation and interpretation, right? So when I go, sometimes we'll say, well, I translated for Brother Buddy, or I interpreted for Brother Buddy. Translated really is supposed to be really precise. Interpreted gives the meaning of. So I would say that I would translate it, cultivate it, but I would interpret it as grew, if that makes any sense.
It makes sense.
Because they're both accurate, but grew is probably a little more
It's how we
say it in
speak, yeah.
English, right? Now, where I lived in Mexico, they cultivó or cultivaron, because third person plural, cultivaron mucho café.
Lots of.
Ellos cultivaron mucho café. And I learned that, for example, when you plant a coffee bean in the ground and it begins to grow, it's 7 years before that produces its first coffee bean. It's a lot of work. You know, you plant corn, you're gonna have corn in 3 or 4 months, right? You plant wheat, it's just a few months turnaround. A coffee plantation, it takes years to cultivate. And so if a fire ever breaks out, that's devastating. And they clear the sides of mountains with the machetes and fire, but if the fire ever gets past the line, I had a guy, he had to pay hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars to the farmer next to him because the fire got loose. It's devastating. But so they cultivate, I would say they definitely work it. All right, anybody else, any questions? I guess that's a better way of saying it rather than you just go
I
down and tell
have
me
a
yours.
problem.
All right, so-
Everywhere it said amigo, I put man instead of.
okay, okay.
And I went back and when I was checking, I'm like, is friend? Oh Lord, you know, and I go through a whole bunch.
We were talking yesterday at the restaurant, the Chinese food restaurant, for lack of a better term, and you'd asked her, Lindy, if she had learned, and I think she thought amigo meant, she didn't realize amigo and amiga, right? So how would you say the 3 girls, 3 of you, or 4, you 4 girls, how would you describe these 4 girls as your friends? Okay.
It
But-
would be Las Chicas.
And you're gonna say friends.
Oh yeah, friends. So.
Chicas is good, the girls.
Yeah, the girls
How about the
are
friends? But all 4 of you are girls.
Las Amigas.
Las amigas. What if we said us 4 guys, or you 4 guys? Los amigos. How would I say all of us are friends?
Los amigos.
Amigos, because if it's a mixed group, it's going to be the masculine gender. Amigos. Mis amigos,
My friends.
my friends. Los amigos,
The friends.
sus amigos,
Your friends.
tus amigos.
Your friends.
Your friend, but then put that familiar form. That making sense? Yeah. Let me show you. Y'all have seen this grid that we're using here. Okay, so I'm gonna do another grid for you. These are gonna be possessive. You might wanna write this one down, pronouns. I know you can't see it yet, but you'll see it in a second.
SS. German Nazis?
Ah, did it again. My brain needs a vacation. You're not gonna like me, hold on. What I should do, let me change it. I know you've already written it, but let me change one thing here. Okay. What I did was I put the plural in parentheses. Okay, so for every one of those, the possessive pronouns, my, if it's singular, if I have one friend, mi amigo. But remember we said that they have to agree in number and gender, so if I have multiple amigos, it's mis amigos. Okay, your friend, tu amigo. If you have multiple friends, tus amigos. Your or his or her, su amigo, sus amigos. The only one that changes in gender is the our. and it has to agree. So if I'm saying our friends, nuestros amigos, our friend, we all have one friend who's not here right now, but our friend is late. Nuestro amigo.
What? Sorry, I must have missed it. What is ARON?
Oh, that's something totally different. This is the ending for past tense.
Okay.
So that's third person plural past tense ending for AR verbs. I probably shouldn't do it to you.
No,
The only reason I do that is I want you to see that there's a grid that's going to be used over and over again. These 6 different squares. But this is helpful because, let me come back to this one, okay? The beauty of this is they're the same, whether it's singular or plural. They use the same possessive. And you might say, how do you know the difference? What's the word am I going to use?
Context.
Context. No, give me a second.
Context.
Is anybody warm besides me?
I'm comfortable.
Okay.
Nobody answered.
Well, nobody did, so you didn't tell me not to turn on. The
As long
thing
as you're
about,
comfortable.
the thing about this up here is because it ends, none of these other ones end in an O naturally, but this one does, nuestro. So because it ends in an O, if the noun being modified is a feminine noun, it has to end with an A, nuestra. So if I want to say our table, the word for table is mesa, la mesa. Our table, nuestra mesa. So like I'm saying, our table.
So whose table is it? Then you would answer this way. You wouldn't say our table with almost, because now it's possessive. It's showing ownership. So we're saying it's
almost.
ours.
This is endings to verbs. So I'm really using something different, but it still sits on top of the same grid work to show first, second, third person, singular, plural. Yes, sir.
So if, on nuestro, if you were saying our friend, or, I'm trying to see if you would use that masculine
If
with a group.
If the friend is masculine,
With a group, yeah, right?
yeah. If it's
If there's a male
nuestros
in it.
amigos.
Okay.
But if I'm saying those 4 ladies over there, I'm gonna say our friends, nuestras amigas, even though I'm a guy, they are, the noun is feminine, right?
Yeah, you're not your own friend.
Right.
So be what?
Nuestras amigas. If you had 4 female dogs, nuestras perras, because perra is the female dog, perro is a male dog. So they don't get in trouble with the words that we have to use for
So, yeah.
bad words for girl dogs. I'm just stupid sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, again, these don't go together. They just sit on top of each other because you have first, second, and third person verbs. You have first, second, third person pronouns. Y'all remember if I use subject pronouns, I really feel like I'm going too far. Yeah.
Go ahead.
We're just thinking too much, we'll be able to go, hey, I saw that before.
And
Subject pronouns.
usted, él,
Oh, my.
ella. No. Nosotros. Ustedes. Ellos. Ellas. These are subject pronouns. Subject pronouns are I. When I am the subject of a sentence, I did this, you did this, he did this, she did this, I eat, you eat, we eat. So this is I, you, the formal you, he, she, we, and if it's just a group of women, nosotras, and then ustedes. So these are subject pronouns, these are possessive pronouns. So this is my, I, my, you, your, he, his, we, our. See how that corresponds to each other? All right,
Is this just a free rabbit trail?
free rabbit trail.
Free
We
rabbit-
like rabbit
We're
trails.
going back to the book now on page 46, lesson 7.
Can you do just a real quick, the everyman for her sake, so she can understand?
Okay,
The,
look on page 40.
I was looking at that, I was like,
Did that make no sense to you?
well, I was just skimming through, so.
So on page 40, well, and on page 39 and 40, he talks about these endings right here. First person and third person. And what he's saying is that what they're going to use in this book, the E is for me, the O is for others. That's kind of how we say this. And then in the book from now on, they're going to use this little sleeping man that looks like a sombrero, but it also looks like the number 3 because it's third person. So anytime you see that little symbol, it's going to have the O, third person. That's all that they're saying in these exercises.
I look so hard at that, I still do not see a sombrero. I see a 3, but I do not see a sombrero.
Yeah, well,
So-
if you
It's
see
like
the-
he's crouched over with
I
his
do
over
see
there.
like a crouched
Yeah,
man.
he's doing this, and you can see there's the hat, and then there's the crown of the hat on top.
And that's
Oh, there you go.
Present.
Once you see
Now
it.
I see
Present.
it.
Past tense. This is
Past.
past tense.
third
Yeah.
man.
Third man is in all tenses. In all tenses. But the O with the accent mark is past tense. Yeah. So the E is past tense, the O. I really shouldn't have given you this. This is what we're working on right now. And the reason that this book goes this way is it's trying to say that most of our conversations are talked about in the past tense. I did this. Did you do that? Yes, I did that. Did you do? I mean, all of our conversations are,
So me, papa, photo is past tense.
that's correct.
It's bad.
What did you say? You said it very well in Spanish.
Yeah. My pop, my dad,
Your dad did what?
voted.
Voted. Voted, past tense, votó. So
Oh,
it's-
okay, Pat, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so on number 6 on page 43, number 3, yeah.
Yeah,
That mama, is it
that's Maria.
number 3?
Oh, I thought you said number 6.
I thought you said
Number 3,
6,
okay.
so 3.
Mama,
But they said mother when you looked at it.
mother, same thing, mother.
Also, it's,
There is a formal word for mother, it's madre,
Yeah,
M-A-D-R-E.
oh, but you.
They just translated mother. I would say my mom means mom, mama, mommy.
But you
means
don't put
anything.
the me mama right there.
You don't have to.
It says mom.
You
mama.
only, like, if we're having a conversation and I just say, Mom cooked supper last night, why would I say to you, my mom, unless if you said, Mom cooked red beans and rice last night, you just said, Mamá preparó, right? And I would say, mi mamá, but now I'm distinguishing,
Okay.
right? My mom cooked pollo frito.
Yeah.
Any guesses on pollo frito?
Burritos?
What kind of chicken?
Fried.
Fried chicken. Pollo is chicken, frito is fried. So, but so the distinction, why would you use the me? It's this possessive me, mama, my mom, is when you're trying to distinguish your mom may have done this, your mom may have done this, but me, mama, right? But if I'm just having a conversation and I said, you know, mama invitó al pastor, mom invited the pastor, I don't have to say mi mama. All right? Any other questions on the homework? What's really good, these are really,
Number 15.
number 15.
I had the agent imported perfume from France.
Correct. What did they say?
Well,
Yeah, they did.
that was the question. They say French perfume.
Well, it says they, so it'd be
Yeah.
perfume from France.
Perfume from France. That's a great question. How would you say, oh, I know how to say it. I'm not gonna tell you how to say it. There is a way to say French perfume and it's not this. This is perfume from French. There's the adjective for French would be, I think it's what's the end? Cessa. Perfume francesa. That would be French perfume. But we
Not
say
from French, it's the
Yeah.
type of
Yeah.
perfume it is.
right. So if you,
But you would say
Made in French.
perfume France?
it says perfume de Francia is how so it says.
but-
No, I would say perfume francesa.
Okay.
French perfume.
Let me show you how. This is an odd one, but papas a la francesa. That's French fries. Fries to the French-ish. I don't know how they do that. Papas, or I actually have seen them say papas francesas.
Would it be Frito Francisco?
Frito is fried. They don't say
Fried,
fried.
not fried.
They're just saying
Fried, I-E-D.
French potatoes is what they're saying. French potatoes. So papas francesas, French.
So they're all
potatoes.
gonna have, all countries, like if you have Swedish fish or something, they'll have a word.
Nationalities, yeah, they're weird. Like if it's Mexican food, comida
Mexicano.
mexicana. That A and A on the end, let me think.
Means ish.
Ish. I'm trying to think of some other ones I know. They're all very unique. That was like Costa Rican, Costa Riqueño, Argentina, Argentina, I don't know what Argentina is. Bolivian, Boliviano. So
Swediano,
I don't know what Sweden. I don't know what Sweden is in Spanish. I really don't.
I have a daughter that has a Swedish boyfriend, so I'm just curious. Thank you.
How do you say pizza?
Pizza. Believe it or not, yeah.
Pizza.
It was,
Swedish?
Swiss.
Like a Swiss watch,
Oh,
yeah.
all right.
I messed up because I have mine set for French. I'm trying to learn French.
I like French a lot. I think it's
I got some French today in traffic.
we can't go with French, right?
Suessa,
Sweden,
Sueca, Sueso,
Suecia.
Swiss.
So Suecia is Sweden. I'll spell it. Suecia. And I'm guessing they would say Sueciano or Sueciana. That's kind of like American, Louisianian, Texan.
Mine
So-
translated that differently.
What did it do?
Mine said that
Sueca?
Sueca.
Oh, you did okay. I did Sweden,
Oh, okay.
So-
I did Swedish, you did Sweden.
but that is right. That's one of those, I knew it'd be.
You just have to learn it. I mean, you just have to memorize it type deal.
Yeah,
It's-
there are some.
There's some things that's not gonna have standard rules because it's proper names.
Proper names are, yeah, they're challenging at times. I'm gonna leave that there. All right, look at 31,
Page 31.
number 31 on page 43.
Deposité dinero en el banco esta mañana.
What does that say, Keith?
I will deposit money in the bank tomorrow.
No, esta is this.
morning.
Oh, this morning, this morning.
Good. So I deposited past tense money in the bank this morning. 34, somebody.
Excepto usted la invitación.
Translate that for me.
Did you accept the invitation?
Good.
Bueno.
Look at 21, David.
The minister.
No. Put your book, I want to hear you do it live.
Oh.
We're doing it live
We
now.
have to stand.
Don't ask me.
I want you to look at in Spanish, translate it into English.
Okay, the minister be prepared the sermon for the congregation.
Yeah. You don't have to say he because you have the minister.
I know, but it helps me.
Yeah, I got you, okay. All right, Steve, translate number 10.
10.
Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone.
Right. They would probably say Alexander Graham Bell. And they would just have a little accenty way they say it.
Inventó
Sí, no
el
hace.
teléfono.
No, you're right. All right, Kathy, how about number 7?
See it.
Robert had dinner in a restaurant.
Very good. You did it precisely, not in the restaurant, in a restaurant, because un is an indefinite article. So how would you say the restaurant? El restaurante, right? Good. All
Tell
right.
you it's that table.
Y'all got 10 points smarter just by me.
That sounded big.
Well, so did I have to do with a big head all night? It was Roberto.
Okay. All right, let's jump into our next, well, look at page 45. It says you have learned 40 new verbs in this lesson. Use them and
Learn.
enjoy them.
Should have one.
Yeah, you will find you can make up hundreds of sentences with them. And if you go back and look at the reason for that, it was find the page, which benches is it? Okay, on page 40, 41, you have all these new verbs. And that you should recognize these verbs just by looking at them. You know, used, voted, invented, imported, copied, cured, examined, noted, presented, compared, combined, caused, deposited, insulted, planted, patented, canceled, continued. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You can recognize these words just quickly, and then you can make sentences out of them, especially using these two endings right here. All right, let's jump ahead to our next category of words on page 46, lesson 7. You can convert some English words that end in CE into Spanish words by changing the CE to CIA. Okay, now again, it's some, because we're starting to get into categories that it's some, it's many, but it's not all. Now, like dance is not one of those. That ends in CE. But it's usually typically will be multiple syllable verbs. So repeat after me. La distancia,
La
distancia.
la conveniencia,
La conveniencia.
la experiencia,
La experiencia.
la importancia,
La importancia.
la independencia,
La independencia.
la justicia,
La justicia.
la significancia,
La significancia.
Francia,
Francia.
Alicia.
Alicia.
Notice these are longer words. That third to last one, the significance, la significancia. Say that?
La
significancia.
Yeah. So do you know what all these words are just by looking at them?
Let's see, the convenience,
Significance.
the experience, the importance, the
Independence.
independence, the justice, the significance, France, Alice.
There you go. Now, you keep your finger there, flip back to page 50 and 51. You'll see the larger list of all the words that you recognize already. You know these words. They're words that in English end in CE, but we say CIA in Spanish. So let me just say a few of these out loud. I want you to say I want you to repeat what I say and then say the English translation. Okay? We'll do it quickly. So I say abstinencia, abstinencia, abstinence. That's what I want you to do. Okay? Abundancia,
Abundancia, abundance.
adolescencia,
Adolescencia,
Adolescence.
alicia,
Alicia, Alice.
ambulancia,
Ambulancia, ambulance.
arrogancia,
Arrogancia, arrogance.
asistencia,
Asistencia, assistance.
ausencia.
Ausencia, absence.
It's a little different, doesn't have the B, but that's the word. benevolencia,
Benevolencia, benevolence.
ciencia,
Ciencia.
put an S on the front of it,
Science.
science. They're not
Oh.
gonna have a SC unless that C were followed by a hard vowel, but that's science. I like that one. Circumferencia.
Circumferencia. Circumference. Circumference. Circumference.
They changed the M to an N, but you still recognize the word. Circunstancia,
Circunstancia. Circumstance.
coherencia.
Coherencia. Coherence.
You know what's funny about this word? This word coherence in Spanish means like comprehension. It also means like if you and I are brothers and our dad died, he left everything to both of us. It would be a coherence. It would be a shared inheritance in Spanish. I don't know what that means with coherence, but that's what it means. All right, coincidencia,
Coincidencia. Coincidence. Coincidence.
conciencia,
Conscience.
conscience, right? Conscience. Conferencia,
Conferencia. Lecture.
Conference.
Gracias para paréntesis.
Conferencia is conference, it really is. But remember how some words don't mean in Spanish what you think they mean in Marasalo, right? This is
It's not meaning the get-together, it's meaning the actual lecture.
exactly. So if you say you're going to a conference, your actual conferencia is like what I'm doing right now. Well, no, I'm teaching, but if someone was giving up and they're giving a lecture on the second thermodynamic law or whatever, that's a conferencia. And so you might go to a meeting that has tres conferencias, 3 lectures. Okay.
So what's the conference called?
I don't know. It's a great question.
A meeting?
It might be a llamada colectiva.
A meeting with lecturers?
I don't know what it means.
Okay.
Well, we're done here.
Okay, so consecuencia,
Consequencia. Conscience.
convalescencia,
Convalescencia.
convalescence, conveniencia,
Conveniencia. Convenience.
decadencia,
Decadencia. Decadence.
desobediencia,
Desobediencia. Disobedience.
diferencia.
Differencia. Difference.
So I'm not gonna go through all of them. I just want you to see, you recognize these words, right?
See.
And a, e, I, o, u. If you don't know how to say it, say your vowels first and then add the
And
consonants.
these are all feminine. See, you said.
They're all feminine, that's right.
All feminine. They say
So
it here.
these are all, does it say that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it does say that. So remember that you can convert some English words into N and CE. These words are feminine and take the articles la and una. So when you're talking about the conference or a conference, the difference, la diferencia entre nosotros, the difference among us, or una diferencia, one difference, a difference between us. All right, let's go back to page 47, or 46. We have also some words that end in CY. We'll turn into Spanish words by changing the CY to CIA. La agencia,
La agencia.
la aristocracia,
La aristocracia.
la democracia,
La
Democracia.
la diplomacia,
La diplomacia.
la emergencia,
La emergencia.
la tendencia,
La tendencia.
la urgencia.
La urgencia.
And I want to just point this out. The word urgencia, urgency, is actually the word, if you're in Mexico, I'm assuming most other countries, and you're looking for the emergency room, you're looking for the urgencia. They don't say emergencia, they say urgencia. Sala de urgencia, that's the room
like
of
urgent care.
urgency. Yeah.
What was that?
The last
Sala
one
is
there,
S-A-L-A,
the bottom left.
but the urgencia, the last
Page-
word on the right
Lesson
column,
7, page
urgencia.
46.
We're in the wrong page.
This,
Yeah,
I'm here at H, that's why I'm confused.
urgencia, urgencia.
Very
All right,
last one.
so skip over to
Last, yeah.
51, there's not as many of these. But if you look at the middle category 13, these words are feminine, so we're gonna do what we did a while ago. I'm gonna say them in Spanish, you're gonna repeat, and then you're gonna say the English equivalent. By the way, la agencia, if you just say la agencia in a conversation, you just say he works for la agencia, they might think CIA, but they do. Yeah, or they'll call it la CIA, la CIA, la CIA. Trabaja por la CIA. The CIA. But they don't know that it means, that's just how the word they use. You know, it's like if we use, never mind. Get lost. Okay, la aristocracia,
La aristocracia.
the aristocracy. Don't want you to say the English word. La burocracia,
La burocracia.
The bureaucracy.
bureaucracy, yeah.
Bureaucracy.
La democracia.
La democracia. The democracy.
I'm gonna drop the la and just say the word, it'll be easier, okay? Diplomacia,
Diplomacia. The diplomacy.
discrepancia,
Discrepancia. Discrepancy.
eficacia,
Efficacia. Efficiency.
efficacy. It does mean efficiency, but efficacy is a more complex term.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what that word is.
Efficacy, it means,
Efficiency.
it really means like the suitability to do something. The efficacy of a 1200 seer versus a 1000, I don't know what the numbers are.
That's the most efficient unit in the world.
A 1200?
The 1200 Syria.
Okay, so the efficacy of that
I
is
mean,
much
that's
greater.
future. That's Star Trek
Right,
efficiency
they only
right
have
there.
12,
That's
12 seer, right?
14,
14
12.
seer.
It's awesome.
So 1200 would really
Oh,
be.
it's making energy. $100 bills are coming out of the vents.
So that, the efficacy of that, right? It's more than efficiency, it's the aptness of it. Okay.
Science fiction.
Science fiction.
No, you just learned word
I didn't know that
twice.
word fiction. I don't even know the word for fiction. All right, farmacia,
Pharmacia.
Pharmacy.
agencia.
Agencia.
Agency.
There it
And
is.
there are agencia, there's agencia of everything. Agencia de automóviles, the car agency, the agencia de whatever, there's lots of different agencies. La emergencia, or emergencia,
Emergencia. Emergency.
decencia,
Decency.
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 tendencia,
Tendencia. Tendency.
urgencia.
Urgencia. Urgency.
Good.
So what is the difference between emergency and urgency in the medical realm over there?
You know, I don't know.
Or-
I know
or
in
they'll just use
English. I know in English we think of an urgent. What was it called?
Urgent care.
Urgent care and emergency room at that different level. But in Spanish, urgency really has like this elevated. There's
It's opposite?
Huh?
It's opposite?
I think it may be. An emergency can be like, yeah, you declare an emergency, but an urgency is almost has a higher demand than an emergency. An urgency is, you could say, have you ever heard the phrase, the tyranny of the urgent? Anybody ever heard that phrase, the tyranny of the urgent in English? They talk about how we set our goals and we want to do good things, but the tyranny of the urgent, those emergencies come up and they knock us off of doing what our priorities are. So that urgency in Spanish has, there's a verb that, I'm gonna write this one down, don't write it, but just I'm gonna show it to you. If they say, me urge, that's an R. It urges me. Well, in English, it urges me doesn't really mean anything, but in Spanish, it's like it compels me. I am driven. So there's some places in the Bible, like Paul says, the love of God compels me. Me urge. It drives me. So urgencia is really that, get it to the top of the list. This is a priority. We got to get on this right away. Whereas an emergency is, hey, everybody, we got an emergency. You know, we got to take care of this. but in Spanish, urgencia is a little bit more elevated.
So here, it says, you know, it says a lot of stuff. I asked what the difference between the two is. It said, so, the conclusion is, so in everyday Spanish, emergencia is the event or situation, an emergency. And then the urgencia is the need for quick attention or the hospital department that handles emergencies.
Okay. So urgencia then carries a medical terminology, whereas emergencia doesn't carry a medical.
So if they had an accident, you know, they
Right,
chopped their
that was
finger
it.
off, then it's an emergency, and you go
Right.
to the urgency
That's right.
to take care of the
That was a
emergency.
good explanation.
But if you were like, so if you were trying to get somewhere quick, you were on a deadline, like you're trying to make it to a meeting and you're getting in a taxi and you're trying to communicate, like, this is urgent.
Me urge, me urge.
I mean, okay.
Or you
Yeah,
might
so
say,
emergencia
me urge
is something
urgente.
serious and immediate, usually life-threatening or requiring instant action.
Say
And
that again.
urgency,
Yeah.
and urgency is
Emergencia.
something important and pressing, but not necessarily life-threatening.
Okay.
So, yeah, it would be urgencia if you're trying to make the deadline.
I know it sounds almost reverse. Why isn't the hospital facility life-threatening? But it has to do with priority, I think, priority care, I think. I just know that when we were down there, first down there, you don't have to go to the emergency room very much, but the moments that we had to, or someone would say, he got in a car wreck, he's in the hospital, and I'm driving around looking for emergencia, and I don't see emergencia, I see urgencia. Okay, I just want you to know, if you're ever down there and you need an emergency room, it's gonna be urgencia. All right, there's
That
some,
word means to urge.
yeah, it does mean urge, but in Spanish, it has a strong emphasis. Compulsion. Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he's squeezing your hand and he's not gonna let go until you do it. He's urging you. In English, I urge you, brothers, by the mercies of God, to present yourselves as a living. In Spanish, dude, you're gonna be like that. Have you ever seen that picture of the big egret that's swallowing the frog, and the frog is swallowing?
Mm-hmm.
That frog is urging that egret to let him go. Right? He's urging him. That's urgencia. That's urge. And then I love later someone else wrote another one with a dead bird and the frog standing there like this. That's great. All right. So look at the bottom of page 51. And these are words that you recognize, but it says a difference in spelling between Spanish and English is when an English word begins with an S followed by a consonant. In Spanish, you have to put E in front of it. You will know this because you have probably had people who speak Spanish first say to you, "You are very special to me," right? Or trying to think of another one. I have to study, right? And it's because in their brain, you cannot start a word with an S followed by a consonant. Their brain won't let them do it. Just like some of y'all can't. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay? Your brain won't let you. In time, as they become better, they will stop. But I've heard it many times. My espouse. But that one, you are very special to me, or it is very special. Why? No, that's because of their brain. So listen to these words.
Why do we deviate from science then? Why is science not following?
That's a great question. They dropped the S because the C. All right, Steve, I love that question. I love that question. Science.
I mean, it seems like the very first word that would come to mind for this rule, but that's not.
But it's not. Why? This is an English word. We're going to change it to a Spanish word by saying, all right, we changed the CE to CIA, right? And we're starting with an S, but the S and the C have the same sound. Because the C is followed by I.
I got you.
But they leave the S on it?
So they just dropped the S. That's why
That's
you
right,
saw the
right.
word a while ago.
Yeah. Oh.
Somewhere I saw
Yeah,
it.
it was on page.
It was on that other page.
Page
50, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bottom, next to last, bottom.
So look on 51, at the very last column. I'm going to say these words. You don't have to say it in English. Just say the Spanish word after me. Especial.
Especial.
Espiritual.
espiritual,
esplendor,
esplendor,
estable,
estable,
estabilidad.
estabilidad.
Okay, that word is misspelled. I knew I was gonna find it. There's a couple of errors in here, and we have found an error. Okay,
ESTABI.
there should be an I between the B and the L. Estabilidad, not estabilidad.
So it's
Estabilidad. The
ESTABIL.
Spanish form
Yes.
is wrong.
The book is wrong.
The book, okay.
So it's BILIDAD or
Yes.
no? Okay.
Two I's in that word. That's European, sorry. Woo! I don't have it written in this book, but some of the books have that. I have it written. Okay, especialista,
Especialista,
España,
España,
esposo,
esposo,
esposa.
esposa.
Remember, esposas are handcuffs, so you don't want to have more than one. Estación,
Estación,
estudiante,
estudiante,
estúpido.
Estúpido.
And I tell you, that is a heavy word in Spanish. That is a heavy word. We almost don't want to learn this word. And you could poke fun at yourself and say, yo, gringo estúpido, and they would laugh, but it's almost like it's not a good word. Especialidad,
Especialidad,
el español.
el español.
What's interesting about el español is, I want you to notice the letter E is not capitalized. For whatever reason, they don't capitalize words that are descriptive of an American or Frenchman or Englishman, and they have lowercase words. I don't know why.
Why do they put an L in front of it too?
Well, they're saying the Spanish, and really what this word is, as I read this, I hear them saying the Spanish man, the Spanish one, as opposed to the American one or the French one. It's the Spanish one, but it's also the language of Espanol.
It would be the equivalence of the English saying the Spaniard.
Yes, the Spaniard. It is. It
Mi
is the
nombre
Spaniard.
es
But it's also la lengua de
Para.
Espanol. All right, so let's go back to
The basics.
page 47. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to go around the room.
Listo?
Do I start with the smart table first?
Estamos.
All right, Steve.
Smart table, huh?
Well, you said it. Somebody said it. All right,
Estamos.
I'm gonna
Thank you, I see what you're doing, I appreciate you having my back here, I won't suffer. We've already said this 12 times and you got it wrong now, since I get to go first.
That means I'm gonna say it wrong.
All right, so I'm gonna read the first line. You will read the second line, and then you will translate. On page 47, conversation, conversación.
Conversación.
You could actually translate the first sentence into English if you'd like to, if it helps you make sense of what we're doing. Or you can translate them both afterwards. ¿Habló usted por teléfono esta mañana?
Did you use the telephone to call, last night?
This
Morning, this morning.
So habló por teléfono is like, did you speak on the phone? Or speak by phone? In English, we would probably say, did you use the phone?
Did you speak by phone?
Yeah. Then you read the answer.
Sí, esta mañana habló por teléfono a María.
Okay, so give me the fourth word.
Hablé.
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 Hablé. So H is silent. Good.
Hey.
And then give me the word for telephone.
Telephone.
Where's the stress go?
Telephone.
No?
Teléfono.
Good. Good, Steve. I will tell y'all, this is one of the hardest ones for us because we want to say teléfono. Right? Right? But it's teléfono.
They still say that? Like they talk about their cell phone? They
They say
say
celular.
Celular.
or mobile. Mobile is very common. Mi mobile. Te hablo con mi mobile. I'll talk to you on my phone, on my mobile. Or por celular. Look, they're lazy like us, and if we can use fewer syllables, we're going to use fewer syllables. So, mobile is fewer syllables than teléfono and celular.
I don't know if it is like phono
No,
or tele.
but there is photos becomes, instead of fotógrafos, it is photos.
How would you say like house phone? Would it just be telephone?
Teléfono de casa.
Leno.
Okay. Kathy, ¿invitó usted a María a su casa?
She invited Maria, mi casa.
Now say the second word for me. Invité.
Invité.
And translate it into English for me. Both sentences.
I invited Maria to my casa.
So the first
Uh-huh.
first one's a question.
Oh, did you, oh, okay, yeah. Did you invite Maria to
Your-
your casa?
Your house. I like this
That's
casa.
all.
Yeah. And then you said yes.
Yes, I
I
invited
invited.
Maria.
Y'all see that little nuance? A su casa, to your house. The answer, a mi casa, to my house. Okay? Molly, you wanna do one? Just kidding. She's like, what you don't know, brother?
Why do they add the usted though if it already says invito? Explain that again. Why would it just be invito a Maria a su casa?
Two reasons, it's not necessary, but two reasons I can think of. One is, in Spanish, when you're asking a question, you put the subject after the verb, and even though it's understood, it's still good, it's proper to say, to put the usted after the verb. It's not necessary because it's included in that verb form, right?
Mhm.
But it's also a clarifier, because.
So it's only in questions then. You're
Only-
adding that.
yes.
You're double doing it in questions, I guess.
Did you? Yeah. But it's also important because in that O form, it could be he or she. Did Robert invitó Roberto a María? Invitó María a Roberto? Invitó usted? You say you're given that invitó can go with any third person form. So when you put the usted, you're clarifying you. All right. So, all right, Charlie. ¿Aceptó María a la invitación?
Sí, María aceptó la invitación.
All right, translate them both.
Maria accepted the invitation.
The first question was,
Did Maria accept the
Good.
invitation? Yes, Maria accepted the invitation.
say the word invitation in Spanish.
Invitación.
Invitar.
Invitation.
It's your That's good. That's very good. All right, Dustin, you ready? Tomó María la cena en su casa.
Sí, María tomó la cena en mi casa.
Good. Can you translate those in English? You're behind. Yeah. So somebody help her out. Did Mary have,
Take the supper, the
Yeah.
food.
have, take, eat? Y'all pick.
Did you have supper in the house?
So did Mary have supper in her house,
house.
or your house?
Your house, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Mary had supper in my house.
Now you notice,
Good job.
do a little brain tracking with me. You notice there's no clarifier on the su in this sentence. And the su can mean your, his, or her. How do we know it's your house? Because the previous sentence was, did Maria invite the invitation? Yes, Maria invited the invitation.
Or accepted.
Oh, did Maria have supper at your house? Because this is a continuing conversation, right? So I want, every time we do these conversations, it's setting context for you as you go. Because like, if I just read, tomó María la cena en su casa, I might think they're saying, did Maria have supper at her house? Because if I have no context, I don't know who the su is. Where's my su? I don't know if the su is usted, él, or ella. And with no context, I have to guess. But the previous sentences have given me context.
A question,
Yes, sir.
Maria, aceptó, in both reply? Why isn't it accepté?
Well, acepté would be first person I. So it's Maria accepted. She's
Remember,
third
O
person.
is others.
O is others.
Alright, so if we didn't have the context, how would you redo that question then?
For clarity,
Yeah,
I would say, so what do I want to say? If I give you no clarity and no context, I'm going to assume is, did Mary have supper at her house? With no context whatsoever. But if I'm wanting to ask, did Mary have supper at your house? With no context, okay, I would say, ¿Tomó María la cena en la casa de usted anoche? En la casa de usted? I would,
in the house that,
the
yours.
house of you, in your house. Because if there's no context, I need to be
Right,
specific.
you need to clarify context,
Right.
since we're not, okay.
All right, Sue. ¿Qué tomó María? Well, Sue, you get the nice short one, don't you?
María tomó un cóctel de frutas, sopa, papas, espárragos
Good.
y una ensalada.
Very good. That was very good, Sue.
In Slovenia.
All right, so translate both sentences.
It says, what did Mary have?
Yes.
Mary had fruit cocktail, soup, potatoes, asparagus, and a salad.
Great. Man. Man.
You can teach the
Steve,
class.
and when y'all swap tables, y'all pulled the smartness and just spread it more evenly around everybody. Y'all did really good. All right, David. ¿Tomó María carne?
Si María tomó roast beef.
Translate both.
Did Mary eat meat? Yes, Mary ate roast beef.
Right, and so if you notice the previous where Sue gave us, she gave us fruit cocktails, soup, potatoes, asparagus, and salad. So it's a natural question. Oh, did y'all have any meat? Right? Because there was no meat there. And then you clarified. All right, Marvin, ¿Tomó María café?
Sí, María tomó café con carne con crema.
Good. Translate both.
Did Maria have coffee?
You go tell me.
Yes, Maria had coffee with cream.
Maria took first.
You ready on me?
Yes, sir. To translate into English.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
I
okay.
thought I was done. Yeah. Mary had the coffee with cream.
Yeah, so did Mary have coffee? Yes, Mary had coffee. Y'all notice that word tomó is used for eat and drink, right? So it's the same word. You know, did she take coffee? Did she take beef? Did she have coffee? Did she have beef, right? That's the meaning. All right, Keith, tomó usted chocolate?
No, no tomé chocolate.
Choco.
Chocolate. Tomé café con crema.
Good.
So, did you have chocolate? No, I did not have chocolate. I had coffee with cream.
I don't know if you guys realize y'all could be saying complex sentences like this 6 weeks ago. That's a complex sentence. Now, key point, chocolate in a sentence like that always means hot chocolate. When they say chocolate, they're speaking of hot chocolate. When they're speaking of tomorrow, because you
Oh.
drink hot chocolate. And drinking chocolate in Mexico is a big deal. I don't know if chocolate was invented in Mexico. Yes, sir?
Oh, I'm just going, yeah, I love my chocolate.
I mean, they love to make hot chocolate.
How do you refer to bar chocolate?
It is chocolate, but again, context.
Yes.
But if you're talking about drinking, there's always going to be drinking hot chocolate. They don't say chocolate caliente, they say chocolate. It's still chocolate.
It's a chocolate bar.
It is chocolate. And I lived, we had a church in a village called Chocolate. One of the villages we started a church in, that was the name of the town, was Chocolate.
Is there?
Yeah. That's the story where, I have great stories about that town. Okay, where we at? Oh, Esther. ¿Habló usted con María durante la cena?
Si Hablé mucho con Maria durante la cena.
Okay, translate both.
Did you speak with Maria during dinner? Would you say dinner or supper? Does it matter?
Either
Supper?
one, but it is the evening meal.
Okay. Yes, I spoke much with Maria during supper.
Yeah, I spoke a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, much.
Mucho.
Good. All right, I'm just gonna ask the whole class. ¿Habló usted del teatro con María?
Sí, hablé del teatro con María.
All right, somebody translate both sentences.
Did
Did
you,
you talk?
Go ahead, Ed.
No.
Yeah. What is that?
Del teatro.
Yeah.
What does del mean?
of the,
Of the,
Oh.
or about.
So it's, did you? Oh, did you go to the theater? Or
Did you talk about the theater?
Oh, did you talk to Maria about the theater?
Yeah. So the previous question was, did you talk with Maria during supper? Yes, I did. Did you
Okay.
talk about theater with Maria? Yes, I spoke about theater with Maria. All right. ¿Habló María de su permanente?
sí, María habló de su
Permanente y de su sombrero. Did you speak with Mary
And
Of
any of
her-
you ladies ever
of
got
her
the perm?
perm? Oh, it is. Right. Yes, you spoke about
It's
her
a
perm
permanente.
and her hat.
If you think about it, if you're getting a perm, you're getting a permanent.
Oh, so she's wearing her Sunday hat. Like,
Well, hey, if you get invited to somebody's supper, you dress up. And she was talking about what else?
the hat.
hat.
Sombrero, her hat. Last one, habló María con su mamá.
Sí, María habló con su mamá y con papá.
All right, so translate the question.
Did
Maria,
Maria,
speak with your mom.
Good,
Yes, Maria spoke with my mom and my dad.
good. Without context, I'm gonna read, did Maria speak with her mom? The su can mean her, your, not her, your, it's third person singular. Usted, él, or ella. So no context. I'm just saying, if you don't ever see context, and you see that SU, think of it as your. But if somebody's talking to you, but if you're talking about someone, you're gonna think of it as their. But in this case, the context, they're at their house, did they talk with your parents, with your dad? So that's Sue. I gave y'all that, the possessive, where's the possessives? Where'd I put them at?
Right there.
Right there.
Sit
Oh,
on the right.
possessive, yeah, right there.
Yeah.
So that's this one right here, Sue. So, habló María con su papá, your or her, but in this case, your dad. That makes sense. What if they said your parents, sus papás? You had the S on there.
Oh, Papa's parents.
Yeah, it's multiple dads. Multiple. No, not that way.
Mi dos papas.
cause it
Question.
goes,
Yes, sir.
masculine.
The word sombrero, does that mean hat in general, or
Yes.
does it mean the one big one?
No, the big one is a hat. It's just the word's been used for it. There are a couple of words for hat that are specific, like a baseball hat is a gorra.
Go,
A gorra is Gorra. That's a gorra.
Gora, okay,
And
that's
there's
Gora.
another word
Gora.
for a knit hat, but all other hats, whether it's the big Pancho Villa hat or the ladies' fancy hat on Sunday, is a sombrero.
They're just doing a sombrero tradicional, traditional sombrero is how we think of it.
Each
Yeah.
bonnet.
Okay, are y'all ready for a Spanish joke?
SOCKS.
All right.
Tell it, if we get laughy, you know where you are.
This is another bilingual joke.
He's
I
fixing
like
to-
bilingual jokes. Let me get rid of all this stuff right
Do you have
here.
like a joke a week in Spanish app or something?
No, but I was actually thinking to myself tonight, I need to come up with some. So if you come up with any bilingual jokes, let me know, because I love them. All right, so I'm gonna give you
I have a friend named ChatGPT that probably.
All right, so I have to give you a Spanish word to tell you what it is first, all right? Very common Spanish word.
Is that butter?
Yes, who said that?
She-
Girl, how'd you know that?
What was it?
My
Butter.
Duolingo just gave it to me recently.
What is-
Butter, B-U-T-T-E-R. That's the word mantequilla. Mantequilla.
What?
Okay,
Arcade.
we use this word today in our Spanish class. What was the word?
Sopa.
Soup. You haven't used this word, but some of you know this word.
Clothes.
Ropa, clothes. Okay. The problem with Spanish is that sopa is not soap, ropa is not rope, and the butter's meant to kill you.
Oh, it is.
The sopa's not soap. Sopa is soup.
Right.
Ropa's not rope. Ropa is clothing. And butter is meant to kill you. I mean, mantequilla. Meant to kill you. All right. At least I got y'all smiling on your way out of here tonight. And as they say in some places, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. I'm just kidding.
Well, I have a question.
That's good.
Yes,
I don't
sir.
know if this is about to be our homework or not, but on the sentence form and exercise, on all of it except for the last two, they put translation in parentheses. Did they just put it, or is there some reason why they don't have
I
that?
think they were given,
Why did they? Did you talk to the doctor and did you talk to your mama? But I'm just
What
curious.
page?
tell me what you're talking about?
Right here.
What page?
They've got everything else in parentheses translated in that, but these last two. but they-
What?
I'm just wondering if there was some special reason they did it, or just, they just didn't do it.
Just forgot to do it.
What page are you on?
He's on page 48. And he was saying, they give you the English all the way down, they don't give you the English for those two.
Oh.
I don't know why.
I'm wondering if they just
You know.
skip something
Saying
and.
that.
Maybe they figured you'd do it by then. So if you got 4 questions, they gave you 2 of them. Did Mary talk, did Robert talk, did the doctor talk, did Mama talk?
Did you talk to the doctor?
Okay, so you have that, make some sentences.
What are we supposed to do?
On page 48, make a sentence with everything on the left using something from column 2, but don't just go straight across. And if you look, if you want to get jiggy with it, add a couple of extra things in there. So, habló usted con el doctor en la mañana. You know, you can add some stuff in there.
Okay, so we can be creative.
Yeah, and then you have the translation work on 49. This is harder because before now you've been translating from Spanish into English, right? Well, now you're going to translate from English into Spanish. Check your work, and we probably will have to spend some time on this next week.
How many weeks are we doing altogether?
13, I think. So,
What happens to the rest of the book when we get to week 14?
you know, here's what I've offered classes before.
Mano y mano.
If y'all, if this group wants to continue, I'll stay with you. I'll go longer than 13 weeks. I mean, I really, if you have an interest to learn,
Can we start doing this like 4 times a week?
Okay.
what's really funny is I almost said to y'all walking in today, if you did it a couple times a week, you would do better.
would be
Because
better,
because
yeah,
what happens
for
is you do
sure.
it tonight, you leave here, your brain's a little mushy, you do your homework, or you wait and do your homework next Monday at 4, you know, and
Or
there's
you don't do
nothing
it.
in between, right? But if you did it, so I just don't know how, I have something just about every night.
Yeah.
Dave?
I'm sorry I was talking, I missed the whole one.
It's on
You don't get to
48
know.
here. We translate these and make sentences from these
Escuche.
and these.
So make sentences, use everything here and mix them up. And you can add some extra stuff to have it more clear. And then here, now we want to English to Spanish, so it's backwards from what I've been doing. You guys really are doing well.
So what you're saying is you want us to come more often?
I wouldn't mind, you would advance better if there were a way that we could do it. I just don't know
You don't have the time.
I've got
Yeah.
2
Busy
Tuesday
man.
nights a month are taken, every Wednesday and every Thursday are taken, and Friday, we have something going on every night, so.
Does
We'll just
anybody,
have to start doing virtual
That's
lessons.
not a bad idea.
If you do, I'll join it.
does anybody need I think how everybody got one last week?
Is this the, side by side, right?
No, unfortunately.
Did you want?
Was anybody not here last week?
I mean, I wouldn't.
I
Me.
think everybody.
Oh, but I think Keith brought me one.
Yeah,
He
he
brought
brought
me
it
one.
on
Yeah.
before.
I would just have
You wanted last week's back?
Hmm?
You wanted last week's back?
No, I was making sure everybody had it.
The soap was not, yes. The soap was not soap, the rope was not rope, and the butter was meant to be. I cracked myself.